Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, I'm Zoza Tunisha binti Abdul Wahab, and my friend Siti Sofia Edina will present about all IP networks for NGN.
The introduction is a next generation network. NGN is a packet-based network able to provide services including telecommunication services and able to make use of multiple broadband. Next, it enables unfettered access for users to networks and to competing service providers and services of their choice. Next is it supports generalized mobility, which will allow consistent and ubiquitous provision of services to users. Lastly, as one of the most commonly used global networks, an IP network is implemented in internet networks, local area networks, LAN, and internet networks. The characteristic is United Global Networking Platform, packet-based network, provides telecommunication services to users. QoS enable transport technologies, which is delay, throughput, and reliability. Services are independent of transport technologies. Unfettered access for users to network and services. Generalized mobility, which allow considered and ubiquitous provision of services to users. NGN standardization, which is key players. IT telecommunication standardization sector. Next is continue. This is the picture of NGN standardization key players for continue. NGN standardization, which is problems. Within the NGN concepts, the standardization institutions are working on the following issues and problems. First, existing network migration towards NGN, development in the field of access technologies, connection of other networks to IP networks, provision of services and development of new ones, internetworking in the area of addressing, internetworking of signaling system, roaming mobility. NGN conceptual model. This is the layer of NGN. NGN applications and services, application server, feeder server, and media server. Second is transmission packet network, VoIP, media gateway, signaling gateway, and core packet network. Lastly, fixed data, cable, wireless, fixed, mobile, and satellite. Management layer. In the NGN, it is required that the network control is not determined only by the terminal equipment applications, but that the network intelligence may carry out control over the network at all levels. Management layer task first resource management, which is capacity, ports, and physical elements, and QoS in access to the network and the transport network. Second is various media processing, including data transfer, which is information flows. Third is management of cost and connection, management and interworking of all elements of the reference architecture. Lastly, service control. This is architecture for NGN soft switch-based architecture. NGN configuration and topology. This is topology of NGN configuration. Description of a domestic IP network. This is architecture for general architecture of domestic IP network.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, I'm Zoza Tunisha binti Abdul Wahab, and my friend Siti Sofia Edina will present about all IP networks for NGN. Okay, now I will talk about NGN-like features, which is separation of transport resources from AAA servers and co-control, and then service portability over a given access network. And it is use of a packet transport to support every service, data, or service. And then number of limitation. Number limitation is number of QoS guarantees and no definite service as required by some users and application, and then no service control servers on top of the core server for value added service, and then no service portability over access network, and then no service portal. Okay, now I will talk about voice over IP from data to telephony NGN. Okay, the benefit of using a packet network to transfer voice are essentially numerous. Is digitalizing and compressing of voice, implying bandwidth gain. And then packet emission only if necessary. Okay, when voice activity detection is used. Statistic multiplexing at the network core. Okay, now I will talk about QoS support, which is QoS enable application, and then is policy management and enforcement, and then control through static, dynamic, or scheduled procedures. And then QoS also monitoring at the network and customer levels. And then per QoS class, accounting and charging. Next is inter-domain QoS support. And then the last is QoS economic model between peers. Okay, now is IPv6 migration, which is IPv6 migration is a largest unicast and multicast address space, and then it is anycast address, aggregable addressing for high retail routing, and then host address auto configuration, and then it is easy site renumbering, and then it flow identification for QoS support. Okay, now we will talk about the conclusion, which is we get variety of network have been deployed, each one more or less dedicated to particular device, and then we know that no longer valid given the fast evolution in architectures, and broadband technology provide more flexibility for the support of existing and new service. And then we also provide with personalized service across network and between terminals over mobile or fixed accesses, whatever their location is, thus enabling generalized multimedia mobile service.